You said, yeah, you're going to explain it.
Yeah. Well, it's good that he explains it and letting people know, if you're not taking it in, this is where you're going to be. This is what that means. Where if you do take it in, you're going to be able to reach more.
I think I've been each thing
Yeah.
of
Oh,
the
yeah.
seed, like each part of the seed. I've been the seed in thorns, the seed in
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Seed in fine
And
soil.
that's amazing because I felt, it hits you. You could actually put yourself in this positions on it and stuff. She asked if John washed her.
Yeah, but no, she also said 16 because that's where we were. She was keeping track of where we were.
Oh, there you go. There you go. See, so
you're just going with your son.
What stuck out on me is this is getting. But blessed are your eyes because they see, and your eyes because they hear. The more you give to yourself, to Jesus, the more you're going to be blessed. The more he's going to use you, more that you're going to see him working in your life. Mm-hmm. That's a promise, and that's a promise I stick to. I've seen it work in my life the whole time. More that you give yourself to Jesus, the more he uses you, the more that you can see him. But this is what I'm getting to. For I tell you the truth, many prophets and righteous men long to see what you see, but do not see it. There's going to be many people out there that you run into that's going to say, why do you act like this? Why do you do this?
Yeah.
On it. And they're going to want, it's instantly, they want it in their life. Why? They can't understand it and stuff. And this goes for everybody on it. There's people that has read this book and will still be not get it. There's people that sit in church every day, every Sunday, still not get it and stuff. Because it's the openness. It's how much you want to give to Jesus. How much you want to give your time, your life, and stuff. And that should be reflected in your life.
Everyone is a good seed, just depends on what path you take to
become a flower.
A good flower.
So they that's what we gotta people are gonna see it. So for I tell you the truth, righteous men long to see what you see, and then hear it. Listen then to what this parable serves. So the question is, right? If we say we follow Jesus, we say we love Jesus, we want to be more like Jesus, does our world reflect it? That would be the question. I got a bunch of questions right here. Let's hit these on it. Can you see and hear Jesus at work in today's world? If so, how?
Yeah.
Please turn it down a lot.
Can you see Jesus or hear Jesus work in your world today?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Food pantry.
Yeah.
There's one. See it every day.
I see it on this Bible study.
Yeah, Bible study. I watch people grow.
I see it on this Bible study on it. The questions that I get back from this Bible study and just, on it and stuff, in the comments, we're all growing together. Yeah. We're all.
Even with these times, we're finding ways to still reach people and be able to grow together. So that they're showing God's got this regardless of what's going on in the world.
And since this quarantine on it, there's God's using amazing people out there all the time, just trying to, reach people, feed people, give people medicine and stuff like that. We're seeing that all over the place. How would you explain this parable to a bunch of kids, city kids, who don't know anything about a sowing field?
A little harder.
They don't know about farming.
So So how would
You
you
got to
explain
educate them on farming first.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes, he is always working. Yes. Could you use it as like a baseball? Maybe
You
sport
can switch it
or
up
something. I don't know. That's different. Something to think about, huh?
I was gonna say you can always find a different way to speak it. I mean, God gives us the way to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Why do so many people misunderstand the gospel?
Because they don't read it. They don't know it all the way.
When I was unsaved, that's a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot to take in, and a lot of time. A lot of time. I don't mean to say it, but our families and stuff are telling us, this is like a fairy tale or something like this. This is, and a lot of people, this might upset some people, but I call it, following Jesus is not a religion. That's the way of life. It's you as a relationship. I think my relationship with Jesus is just as much as my relationship with Angie, who won't show herself on camera on it.
Nobody wants to see this beautiful face.
We have to dedicate our life to her and stuff like that. and stuff. But,
some are misled.
This is it's what, I remember it. I remember hearing the gospel, and it's the way we put it and stuff, but I remember saying that's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's a hard concept to grab. No.
Or they just, like, for me, for instance, we didn't grow up with the gospel or knowing God at all. Yeah. I mean, so if you don't know about it, how are you going to learn it? Yeah. If you ain't got nobody to teach you.
Yeah. What deep roots help to prevent a believer from falling away?
Encouraging. Like encouragement.
No, you don't got to see me to know I'm here. I got a big
What
mouth.
Deep roots? You say encouraging?
Yeah, encouraging of like other believers. I mean, if there are.
What deep roots help to prevent a believer from falling away?
Someone pushing them, encouraging.
The deep roots. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bible,
I was gonna say, getting into the Word, being
and Jesus.
Yeah, you have to pray to God every day and ask Him. Or
that's why I tell everybody, always ask God.
I can tell you,
even with stuff that I say, ask God to reveal it to you and find it in the Bible and stuff.
The 4 soils is like it's kind of like that metaphor of the molding of clay. You can't be a fine pot before you start getting out of those bubbles inside the clay and stuff, and that's how people work through is molding that clay and making it pot worthy in a way.
Faith, belief, yeah.
Are you ready for this one? Mm-hmm. All right. I gotta find it again. What worries can choke your growth in Christ?
Worldly views.
Oh yeah, judgment's a big one also.
Yeah. Worrying about what other people say.
Mm-hmm.
What about anger?
Yeah, anger.
What about
that was
hate?
A big one that I had to get rid of, was anger.
Not being able to forgive is probably.
Forgive.
What about feeling unloved?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a huge one too.
Yeah, it just takes some time.
You gotta pray and ask God to help you.
What about control? Ooh. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Deborah.
It holds us back.
Yeah, that's one of the things you should be asking God every day for, is to get rid of all that hate and anger and jealousy.
This is gonna be good. We're gonna probably keep this going for another one, but let's try this. The parable of the weeds.
Mm-hmm.
You skipped over.
What?
No.
Yeah, we didn't read all this yet.
Yeah, you did. You read it.
Hey, you read it.
No.
Yeah.
I know. I did.
A parable of the weeds.
I did.
Jesus told another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds were also the weeds appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, "Sir, didn't you sow good seed in the field? Where did the weeds come from?" "An enemy did this," he replied. The servant asked, "Do you want us to go out and pull them up?" I love this parable.
I know this is.
I love this parable. "No," he answered, "because while you are pulling the weeds, you might root up the wheat with them. Let both grow together until harvest. And at that time, I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles and burn them. Then gather the wheat and bring it into the barn."
Well,
Very amazing parable, and a very it could be harsh too. So I don't know. Let's break it down. What really stuck out first for you guys?
Well, if the devil or whatever comes and plants the bad seeds in there, and then if we let them grow, if we pull them, and it can pull out some of the good ones too. So that's taken away. What if someone's not all the way rooted in? It could pull it out, or if you let the bad seeds sit there, some of those bad seeds could become good. So letting them sit there could help them grow.
there's a lot.
You're looking at me. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
So let's break it down because I love this thing.
This
is amazing stuff. Do you want to just put your on it, or are you going to just sit back and says?
Well, I was thinking like the last part of it, when it says take out the old one, the weeds first and burn them, and then harvest the wheat. It's like, it's kind of like, man, I don't know. It's like, well, how it explains it, it's like the kingdom of heaven. There isn't going to be any bad weeds going into. There's not going to be any weeds going in the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be the wheat with it. So you burn. It's going to burn the the weeds, and then we'll harvest the wheat.
But when they're growing, sometimes wheat and weeds look about the same. So how do you know which ones?
Well, that's where like the judgment comes in, final, like that's why I was thinking because it was like the entering of the kingdom.
See, this is something I want to point out too. This is awesome. All right, right now, not even talk about that. See, immediately we can read a couple sentences in this, and you're pulling in one direction, she's pulled in another one. We're getting both takes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
This is what we call encouraging and witnessing and stuff like that, being with the brothers and sisters. You get other points of views on it and stuff. But you ready to break it down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus
told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seeds in his field. So it's saying the kingdom of heaven is like a field with a man sowing good seeds. Who's the man?
Us. Spreading the seeds. Maybe it could be.
Well, could be.
Believers.
Could be Jesus this time
the
too.
The gospel.
Yeah.
It could even be just the gospel itself.
On it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came. So it says his enemy came and sowed the weeds among the wheat and went away. He sowed weeds. So who is the enemy?
The enemy is anyone who does not believe or know God at that time.
Yeah, it could be taken a different way too. People say the devil.
Yeah.
People say the
devil,
world.
But
On it, yeah. Sowed wheat. So here's the question, okay? All right. Let's take it a different way. You have wheat and you have wheat. Who is the wheat? And who is the wheat?
Believers are the wheat.